Hi guys, good evening. It's Shira. I'm here for video number 2. Promised you I would be keeping my word. So, yesterday's video was just an introduction. This ride is gonna be sad, happy, hopeful, scary, crazy, sane, insane, and back. But I promise at the end of it, it will end well. I'm not sure how, it's a mystery. But I want to clear up a few things from yesterday. First of all, I said Emilio died of an overdose and addiction. Addiction was part of it. Emilio had mental health issues, and he committed suicide at my house, February 29th, 2016. He threw himself under the bus. The train, I'm sorry. He threw himself under the train in Lantana, Florida. And, I miss him very much. The second thing I wanted to clear up, my mom. My mom is abusive, that is true, and was and made some mistakes raising us. She's also my hero and someone I would like very much to have a relationship with, but I don't think is going to be possible. She makes this possible because she supports me and helps me, but she doesn't believe in me, and she doesn't have faith in me. And I feel like nothing I do is ever good enough for her. But she made mistakes becoming physical with us. And when she slapped me at 7 years old, she had 3 children, and her husband was working out of state 5 days a week. Her mother had just died. It does not make it okay. It did not make it okay later in life, and it does not make it okay today. But she has apologized, and I have forgiven her. But it needed to be aired, because in order to understand me, you must understand where I come from. Okay. Then, I wanted to tell you why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because to figure out who I am, I need to tell you, because people have used my name without me knowing, said things I've done that I have not done, put words in my mouth that I've never said, told stories about me for many years that are not true, and I want to clear up a few things. I also want my family back, and I'm hoping a year will get enough time for me to get where I need to go, and that would be through the glass ceiling that is coming down on me daily. And I'm very hopeful that that will happen. I know it will. Somebody else saw this today. And I'm doing it to help the other women like me who didn't know any better, and they believed in the good. They believed in the good, and they stayed in the relationship, and they stayed out of shame, and they stay out of fear. And I understand. But feeling unsafe in your home is not okay. And it took me a very long time to realize that, and it caused a lot of hurt and damage along the way. So why am I doing this? To get my family back and to be understood. Then to let the world know people are not alone. To let the media know that when you compare addiction to violence, people think all addicts are violent. Not true. Where most violent people are addicts. Not the same thing. Stop sensationalizing the exception to the rule and start putting the rule on the 10 o'clock news. I'm talking to some people, very specific right now. And the last reason I'm doing this is because people have spoken and used my name. They've made things up. I've done things I haven't done, and I am not going to do this. In a year, I will have a forever home because someone took my home from me. And that's not okay because someone made up something I said. Like it was no big deal. She said it. No. 41 years of that has made people think terrible things that are not true. The truth is, at 5 years old, I played at my friend Nicole's house, and her brother told me we were going to play a game called sex. And it didn't feel good. And it didn't feel right. And he made me sit on the couch, and then he pulled my pants down, and he tried to penetrate, but I fought. From kindergarten, I learned that, so I fought and I got away. I tried to tell my mom, who wouldn't let me talk. No, she didn't call the police. No, she did not call my dad. No, she did not get me help. No, she did not take me to the doctor, call Child Protective Services, nothing. She did nothing. Mistake number 1. Trauma 1. My traumas, they started there. Before then, I was a princess. I was a queen. And I'm reclaiming my throne and my crown. And because I grew up in the shadows of Molly Ackerman, there's a name change involved. Because Molly took so much trauma and abuse, and people misused my voice and words and body, that I broke and I died, and I don't want Molly to be part of me. She was a person once already. Don't do that to your kids. They need their own identity. So we're gonna find out who I am together. Also, my addiction. I'm in recovery, and I'm very proud of it. My addiction is with food primarily. Substances were second. They all came from doctors until I met my ex. And then they became street drugs. That's another chapter for another day. I wanted to do this because yesterday was sad. I am hopeful for the future. My ouches, my hurts, they start at age 5. But I know that they can stop hurting because we change and we can grow and we can evolve every day. I have, but I'm a fighter who's so tired of fighting. I want my family back. And so I'm doing this to create my family and solidify the one I had. It's broken and we need to heal. I started healing and I learned to talk. Hopefully, by telling the truth, my family can let the hurt out and let the love in. And that is my goal for 2023. That we all remember we're human no matter what your bank account might say, or where you came from, or where you live now, or what your disease is, or what your vice is, or what your secrets are. It's okay. And guys, enough with telling me I sent some text messages 8 years ago. My life was on the line when some of those were sent because none of my family would help. You put me in almost deadly situations. We're even. If the worst thing I ever did is say some terrible words to you in the heat of the moment when you may have triggered me or threatened me or hurt me, time to move on. Time to move on. I'm sorry if I ever hurt you. But you don't get to kidnap me. And you don't get to put your hands on me. Nobody gets to do that ever again without my consent. I love my mom. The main reason I'm doing this is so at the end of this, I get her back. Because I lost her when I was 8. And I want her back now. But she doesn't hear me. We don't speak the same language. So I'm hoping these will help. I'm trying to keep it under 12 minutes, so I'm going to let it go. But this one is for Jen. Ed is not winning. And you will be somebody's first choice, I promise. Smile. You saved me. Until tomorrow.